Good evening, everyone. My name is Bartosz Czernecki, and on behalf of my colleagues, Jakub Nowosad, who is not here, I would like to shed some more light on this enigmatic topic related with finding optimal location with the use of R and GIS tools. So the motivation for our study was that we travel quite frequently, and very often we have conferences or business meetings in new places, in new cities that we don't know. So usually after registering to the conference, my boss, this penguin here, comes to my office and he says, okay, Bartek, you are a data scientist, so let's find a hotel that is nearby the place of the conference with good public transportation facilities in low price. So usually I start with finding the location of the conference meeting. Then I search for hotels on TripAdvisor or Booking.com or something like that, which gives you Euclidean distance to the downtown or the place of your conference. And then you realize that 70% of the hotels are too expensive for your budget. So you need to also look for a good distance to price ratio and the overall rating. So usually I finish with selecting like top 10 destination that needs to be checked in terms of traveling time. So this is example for hotel, let's say X1, which gives you 20 minutes of walking to the conference venue. Then you do exactly the same notes for hotel number 2. And very quickly you realize that, well, distance from a hotel to the place where the conference is organized, it's not the same as time of the travel. And what is most important for me, as I'm a really lazy person, is that this is extremely boring, as Homer Simpson would say. So my question is it really the best and the fastest ways of proceeding that? So together with Kuba, we decided to make this process semi-automatic with the use of R and GIS tools. So we establish a regular spatial grid. So this dot over here is the European Central University or something like that, the place where the conference is organized. And these blue dots are the spatial grid that we use to calculate distance and time for each grid point in Budapest with the use of Google Maps Matrix API. And we repeated the step in a loop for walking, driving, and so on and so on. So this is the final result we obtain. So if you are rich enough to use taxi or Uber, you see that, well, almost all places in city center are equally accessible. But if you prefer going by public transportation, you can see that this area over here on the right side of the Danube River is probably the best suited for you. And if you prefer walking, probably you should stay in the city center. Then we try to improve the readability of this layer. So we downloaded OpenStreetMaps with the use of OSM data library. So we had over 300 hotels in Budapest, and we also downloaded some transport barriers like rivers. And we also use R Selenium for web scraping to have prices and hotel rates in Budapest. We try to make it a bit more interactive, so we use a Leaflet package to make it clickable. So basically you can select every point in Budapest and see what is the time needed to get to the place of the conference. You can also check for hotels, these pink dots over here, and see all the details related with the hotel location. And this is confirmation that distance doesn't always equal time. So here we have 2 hotels, one on the Pest side, which gives you 17 minutes to go to the conference venue. And here you have below 7 minutes. And these 2 hotels are exactly in the same distance to this hotel, to the conference venue. Finally, we decided to wrap it up into Shiny application for non-nerdy people. And we also created some sorted table for data scientists. So this is how it looks. You can take, let's say, conference venue or conference dinner place, and then all these free maps for car, public transport, and walking are generated automatically. We found this application very useful for us, so we have further ideas to develop it, for example, by adding safety layers, by adding some advanced filters, but it's also very useful for business intelligence. So if you want to locate a new shop somewhere in the city center, or if you think about buying a house somewhere outside the city and you don't want to waste your time in a traffic jams, then you can also use the very similar approach for that. And if you have, for example, two places like here, you can designate area to meet in a halfway with your friends. Yeah, basically that's it. Thank you very much.